Congresswoman Erin Houchin. Congresswoman, good morning to you. Thank you for joining the program. So, polls are showing, as you know, many Americans view cost of living issues as their top concern. And this is a central focus for the president as well. He's kicking off this tour today. What inroads have Republicans and the president made here? Are they being communicated effectively as well?
Well, good morning. Thanks for having me. It's great to be with you. I would say that, President Trump did inherit an economy that was in trouble from President Biden, and he is working to turn this economy around one deal at a time. I think we've seen that in the prior segment, trying to renegotiate all the trade deals to put America in a better position. Meanwhile, giving some relief to our farmers who are still suffering from the input costs under the Biden administration. You can't bring in millions of people across the southern border and not expect a housing issue and wages to go down. We're still digging out of that. Meanwhile, in Washington, we will be discussing some bills to reduce energy costs this week, to provide relief for small businesses, and of course, talking about these Obamacare-era subsidies that really are just continuing to throw money at a program that has proven to be unaffordable. We're going to be coming to the table with some free market solutions, ones that I think the American people will be pleased with.
So I do want to ask you about those subsidies. First, though, this economic tour the president's doing, it's good messaging. It essentially says, we hear you. We hear your concerns. The action items, they're going to be much more critical here. We have seen some tariff rollbacks. You floated some ideas there. He's talked about rebates like 50-year mortgages as well. How are those ideas landing thus far? Are there other maneuvers you believe will come into play as well? Other initiatives Republicans are supporting right now?
Certainly, I think that this conversation is ongoing with President Trump leading the conversation, though it's certainly helpful. In our Republican conference, there is a wide variety of opinions. As always, though, we tend to find a sweet spot to get something out of the House and to the Senate. We hope our Senate colleagues will come on board with our plans. Of course, we understand that we do need 60 votes in the Senate, which will include getting some Democrat support on that side for our initiatives. But one of the things that the American people are suffering from are high energy costs. The bills on the floor this week are designed to reduce energy costs. It's certainly true in my home state of Indiana. And it's something that we do hear about when we go home from Washington. So this week will be critical. It's going to be critical for health care. It's also going to be critical for these issues like energy affordability and supporting small businesses, with President Trump leading the way. Again, as I said, turning this economy around really one deal at a time.
Yeah, so let's talk about those subsidies, if you don't mind. ACA premium subsidies, they're set to expire in just weeks. It sounds like you believe, extending them would just put a Band-Aid on a war wound here. What is a viable longer-term option on the table? You talked about some free market solutions. Would you mind expanding on those just a bit?
Certainly. Whenever I've got a healthcare working group at home. It's about 40 different stakeholders from around the state that give me counsel and advice on healthcare issues. And one of the things that I think is critical in this conversation is if we are going to extend these subsidies even temporarily, I think reintroducing an underwritten private market would be critical. Right now, we're just throwing money at this program that is unaffordable. It's basically akin to our college affordability crisis. When the federal government says they're going to pay whatever the cost is for universities, there's no incentive to reduce cost. And that's what's happening in our healthcare system. So we need to reinvigorate the private market so that when people get money for health savings accounts and when people get money for these premiums, they don't just have to purchase on the exchange. They can purchase through a private insurer. That went away under Obamacare, and we need to bring that back. I think that will be the first driver in reducing cost.
Yeah, well, so many will be watching for developments here. As you know, there are a lot of folks with their premiums set to skyrocket come January. Congresswoman Erin Houchin, a pleasure. Thank you for being here. And Nick is here with more headlines we're following closely this morning, including